Trevs Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, about a day or so ago, yeah, I'm totally punctual, right? About a day or so ago, the annual EA Sports simulation results were released. And on a personal note, I always look forward to this every year. And this is the first time I've really done anything with it. Normally, I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. Thought nothing of it. Now I'm doing a video on it. So there we go. Anyway, this year's simulation is a little different. And granted, their accuracy on a good day is about 60%. On a bad day, they're completely out to lunch. But let's go over their picks for the season and for the playoffs. Let's talk about it. For the record, I'm a PlayStation guy, but I haven't played a video game in about a dog's age. So I'll say that. Let's start off with their division predictions. There's the Atlantic, and they're picking Florida to win again. Unfortunately, they don't mention who they think is going to be the President's Trophy winner or who's going to finish 32nd overall. I would have had a lot of fun with that, but obviously some subtle differences between theirs and mine, and it's always good to go over theirs and my picks at the end of the year, and I probably will. But looks about right, except for the Boston part, but that's my own prerogative, really. Moving to the Metro. And it would seem we're way off base here. We both picked Washington to miss the playoffs. I picked Columbus and Carolina to be a lot better than what they did. But at the same time, they've made a couple questionable picks that we'll get into, I'm sure. But the Metro is, by all right reason and rhyme, pretty hard to call. The fact that Philadelphia did better than Columbus, though, I'm calling shots on that one. Moving to the West. Central Division. I think the only thing that we dispute ourselves on is last place. And listening to a lot of the other experts, or even other creators, they're picking Chicago to do worse than Arizona. Yeah, I can see that. But I think Arizona's going to do a lot worse. Either way, I mean, looks pretty similar to how I did mine. So moving to the Pacific. And not counting number 8, there's a whole can of WTF going on here. Like, Seattle to finish 3rd? I mean, it's a simulation, I'll take it, but that's generous for a second-year team. And granted, they're a second-year team that's not named Vegas, which doesn't make the playoffs in their simulation, again. Hey, if they figure so and, prediction comes to accuracy, then that's great. But we both agree San Jose finishes at the bottom. LA not making the playoffs? I don't get that. I don't know if Calgary will do first in the division, but we'll see. They'll do good. But let's go on to their playoff tree. Top 10 before we move on. McDavid finishing with 129 points. My own personal opinion, I think they're about 10 points off. I think he'll be closer to 140 by the end of the year, but that's me. Matthews at 104. I think he'll do better. McKinnon at 100. He'll probably do that. Draisaitl at 100. He'll probably do that. I think Marner will be close to 100 if he doesn't hit 100. Kaprizov's going to have a 54-goal season, according to them, so that's awesome. Panarin will be closer than that, I think. That seems about right for Makar. Crosby at number 9 with 88 points. Like career resurgence or what? And Barkov with 88 points. I believe that. As far as awards is concerned, Matthews wins his 3rd Rocket Richard Trophy. McDavid wins his 4th Lindsay, his 4th Art Ross, and his 3rd Hart. Markstrom wins the 1st Vezina Trophy in his career. Solid. Makar goes back-to-back on the Norris. Owen Power wins the Calder. And Crosby wins the Conn Smythe. So we know where this playoff prediction is going, I think. It's a playoff simulation. You might not like it, because I'm not sure I like it. Penguins win in 7. Let's see how they got there. This Eastern Conference looks a lot like this. And that's cute, having Toronto get past the first round. Well, I don't doubt that's not inevitable. It's just, that's cute. I think one time I remember hearing they sim this thing like 100 times before they pump out their official league average results. So if this is 100 times the sim, and this is the average, they got some serious glitches in their matrix. Moving on to the West. The West almost looks like how it played out last year, with the exception of Seattle and Vancouver in place where, they weren't last season, and, Colorado losing. But it could be an interesting battle of Alberta if it does play out that way. I mean, any battle of Alberta in the playoffs is interesting. But interesting to see how they pick Pittsburgh in 7, considering they're both led by guys from Nova Scotia. I mean, if that's a best friend rivalry thing that the system picked up on, well, hey, that's a great thing. And it shows the competition, right? But like I said, given that their accuracy rate on a good day is 50%, I'll buy that 50%. While I agree with one of the finalists, I can't, in my heart of hearts, agree that Pittsburgh will win another Stanley Cup. Not this late in Crosby's career. It's a cute thought to think. I'm not going to say no to that, but no. And I'm not saying that just because I'm biased against the Penguins by every stretch of the imagination. That's not the case at all. I don't see Pittsburgh making it to another Cup final. Not while Crosby's on the team. That's just me. But that's my reaction, immediate reaction to the NHL 23 simulation. Let me know what you guys think. If they're on the money, or if you think they're out to lunch on a few different things. Some things I'm questioning, but overall, it's always fun to compare their notes to my notes at the end of the season and go from there. So, let me know what you think. Of course, it could also be because I don't want to picture that. No. Another one, Trevs Hockey Shows. Well, thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you're at this point. And if you are here, let me know you're here. Give me a thumbs up. I think I've earned it. That red button says subscribe all over it. You know you want to hit it, so hit it up. Trust me, it'll make us both feel good. We're 90 away from my goal, so hopefully we get there. Hopefully before the end of the year. But we'll see. Socials, they're in the description down below. Let's move forward. Well, who knows what regular season video I'll be doing next, but either way, it's already begun. If you count the games in Europe, which they do. Either way, in the meantime, in between time, be on the look for more reviews from Trev. Later.